Hello and welcome to Geeks Assembled, and today we are discussing a film what this year has turned 20 years old. Yes, we are going to be talking about the MIBs, Men in Black, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. We're going to open the floor with opening thoughts, and we're going to go to Kevin first. So Kevin, what was your opening thoughts on this movie?
Oh, the funny thing. Huh?
But can you believe it's 20 years old?
I don't know. I saw the first one in theaters, so that was
Well.
Well, when I first saw this movie, I saw the sequel before the first one. So yeah, I really love the talking dog and the I don't know, insect creature. It looked like a Stranger Things flower or something like that, if you really want to describe it like this day. I really loved it. The humor with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, and the soundtrack is very cool. What else can you not have in this movie? And it's funny as hell, action packed. There are 3 of these, and it wouldn't be a surprise if a 4th one is coming about a couple of years, but who knows? So yeah, that's my opening thoughts for now.
Thanks, Kevin. Let's go to Craig.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a 1997 science fiction action comedy. It was adapted from the Men in Black comic book series created by the Lowell Cunningham and Sandy Carruthers. And it is based on 2 agents of a secret organisation called the Men in Black, who supervise extraterrestrial life forms who live on Earth and hide their existence from ordinary humans. The film featured the creature effects and makeup of Rick Baker and the visual effects by Industrial Light and Magic. I know why I like the music in this so much, because it is by the brilliant Danny Elfman. And that is my opening thoughts.
Well, that's really well read, Craig. Thanks for that. Let's move over to Beef Dad. What do you think of Men in Black?
I watched it when I saw it when it first came out, and it was a joy watching it again. It is very cleverly written. It's brilliantly directed by, what's his name? Something Summerfield. Yeah. But they're so funny. It's very funny. It's very clever. I love the little one thing that wipes people's memories. I think that's extraordinary. But yeah, Will Smith having to deliver the alien baby was just brilliant. Especially when the thing ended up with tentacles and started slamming him about. That was just so funny and so cleverly done. Yeah, I loved it, and I never really found out I never really knew what they were. I'd be fascinated to find out a bit more about them, but I did love the little creatures that were doing the coffee. I thought they were magic. I really did. I loved them. I wouldn't mind a couple of them myself. But yeah, most enjoyable. Most enjoyable.
Thanks for that, Beef Dad. Jason's just popped back in. Jason, we're just doing opening thoughts on Men in Black. Do you like to put your pennies worth in? Jason there? Can you hear us, Jason?
Hello.
Hello there. It's talking about yeah, we can hear you now. Talking about Men in Black. You got your opening thoughts on the movie?
Oh, the movie Men in Black. Definitely a great movie. Pretty funny. I mean, definitely love the action between it. I know Will Smith did a great performance in this one. Same with the other actor. I don't know what his name is. I know he's appeared in several movies like Volcano, Batman Returns, I think, and also no, that's Batman Forever. And the Family movie. Both of them did pretty good on the movie Men in Black. Of course, with them going after the big giant bug guy, like a Slitheen / bug creature that ends up stealing people's bodies and stuff. With this guy that's like that, I guess, in a way. With him going and trying to search for this like this crystal thingy or whatever, this space thingy, universe, something like that.
The galaxy.
The galaxy, yeah. With them, with him doing that, going one place after another, and then having bugs crawling out of him, and one guy just trying to slamming each bug in the scene with him. He's like, "Don't do that," and then puts him up in the ceiling, I guess. But with them chasing around this guy, murdering one alien after another, and the movie itself's got a lot of action into it. It's just pretty much funny, and then I guess the scenes I like is like the guy who gets shot in the head a few times, who regrows it. I definitely enjoyed that scene. There's just a lot of scenes into it. I mean, it's hard to remember West because it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but just I love the action between it and the humor of it. The performance in the movie is definitely great. I definitely love it. My rating between it, I'm going to give it a 9.5 and 10 out of it. So that's my opinion.
Thank you, Jason. Stephen Price, what's your opening thoughts on the MIBs?
Well, it's the first time I watched it, actually, today. What popped me off, I'm not a big Will Smith fan, but I must say he was brilliant in it. He was brilliant in this movie. Tommy Lee Jones was just awesome. Very funny. With that thing, where he wipes people's minds. I thought that was hilarious. The part where Will Smith gets the ball, this ball, and it just goes around, and causes chaos. It's just a brilliant movie. The part I really made me laugh was the talking dog. And it's just the effects for that time were absolutely amazing. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, right, yeah, well, it was later on. But thanks for that, Stephen. Alex and Susan, we'll move over to you now. And, talk about Men in Black.
All right. Well, I looked it up because I wanted to know who directed it, and it was directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. So I mean, like, he's done a lot of really cool stuff. And Tommy Lee Jones and Rip Torn and Tony Shalhoub were the main ones, and then there was like Vincent D'Onofrio and some other ones that were really funny too. Anyway, I loved it. Really cool movie, really cool cast, and Orion the cat was really, really amazing. And the woman who played Dr. Laurel Weaver, Linda Florentino, she was amazing. Anyway, very cool stuff.
The first movie is very good. It's also good in the sense that they had almost all their ducks in a row, and the humor was funny. The talking, singing pug is good. The coffee worms are good. They also had it in the cartoon version, but not the same exact voices, sadly. Number 2 and number 3 aren't as good. Of course, Tommy Lee Jones is also good for the contrast because he's usually playing kind of serious, gruff characters. So when you can see him in a movie like this or the cheerleading movie where I guess he was an FBI agent or whatever, and he just pulls it off. You know, the woman comes up to him and goes, "Put on your happy face," and he goes, "This is my happy face." So he's really good at being serious and funny at the same time, and it's not as easy as one would think. Yeah, I mean, this is a very good movie. It's better than the sequels. You like Tony Shalhoub as the alien, who also went to do Wings and Monk, and they have a lot of famous people in all the movies that have done pretty good. Rip Torn was also doing it sort of serious. They were able to keep Will Smith in the first movie down a little bit, so he wasn't monopolizing the whole movie like he usually does. But like I said, I mean, there's a lot of funny things, a lot of funny humor. Just like in the second movie that they said that the post office is also run by aliens as well. So you have all that sort of, type of humor, which is pretty good. And it's not in every single type of movie, so it's more, it stands out more because, it's not the same joke done a billion times the same way and things like that. I do like this movie. As I said, the cartoon was also good considering. And as someone else said, it was based on a comic book. So there's another good comic book adaptation that is still funny while still keeping the source material. And it doesn't insult the audience until they get to half of the second movie. But yeah, it's a very funny movie. I'd give it about an 8, I'd say.
Thanks for that, Alex. And we'll move on to Brian. We're talking about Black, Brian. Just thought I'd remind you.
All right. Cool. What I thought of Men in Black? I loved it. I think it's like one of the best movies of all time. I have every single minute of it. I mean the cast in itself, Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, can't go wrong with them. I mean their performances and the way that they interact with each other and everything. And I thought it was great, funny, all at the same time. It was just, they were just real good together within the film. And the movie itself was funny as well. The when he like for instance when he gets his when Jay gets his first weapon, the little midget cricket. I thought that was like real funny and everything. So yeah, the story and the story of the movie, everything about it, I love. And you got the what is it? The villain of the movie, the big cockroach that goes in the Egger suit, and turns out he's played by the actor that plays the Kingpin in the Marvel Netflix Daredevil series on Netflix. So, which he's amazing in that. I love him as the Kingpin on Daredevil. So yeah, great movie. Absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Brilliant. For me, I can't stand Will Smith. I'm not a big fan of Will Smith. For me, Tommy Lee Jones makes this movie for me. It's the way he plays it straight. It's funny, and that works for me. I mean, all the aliens. I agree with what you said about the the aliens in the making the coffee. It's a brilliant scene that. Frank the talking pug. It's really well made. I agree the sequels aren't as good, but they're still enjoyable. But this one is the best out of the three. The actor who plays the possessed cockroach man. Yes, he plays Kingpin. Brilliant actor. He made the movie for me as well. The way he was walking, the way he was, because the body was fitting in his skin, it didn't fit into the skin. That was just so brilliant. It is toned down. The comedy is toned down with Will Smith. I think they had to reel him in. I think this is why I'm not so keen on Will Smith, because he does go over the top sometimes. I think Tommy Lee Jones kept him in line. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie, and for a 20-year-old movie, it's still good. Watching it today, the special effects do look a little bit dated now, but you can't really use it.
But it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. It is a good movie, but I was just saying they're starting to look a bit dated.
Lee, you're not going to like Independence Day.
Oh, no, but So on that note, shall we open the floor and favourite moments or anything like that? Things you didn't like.
Well, my favourite moments are with the car and the dog. That was just funny. And just Kay recruiting. What was the other character's name again? Matt Smith, Will Smith's character. I love that. Just going through that. Through that door and going with the elevator down, downstairs, and he's like, "Wait, what? What's this?" And and the love story, of course. That are my favorite moments. I don't got the least favorite moments. I really like this movie.
I may have missed something because what happened to Orion?
She was adopted by the doctor, the mortician, the medical examiner.
I must have missed that bit in the film. I must have missed that bit. Is that right?
The original Beef Dad.
What is that noise?
What I love about this film was the whole basic concept of it. I've already mentioned the bits that stick out for me that really amused me. But the whole basic concept of having a group of people who are controlling the aliens that are living on the planet Earth in a particular, and they all live in one area. And it's just a brilliant concept. I love it. I love it. It's so full of possibilities. But I didn't see a police box there, which was a bit disappointing.
Going
back to the soundtrack, Elvis Presley's cover of Promised Land is featured in the scene when the Men in Black car runs on the ceiling of the Queens Midtown Tunnel. And 2 different soundtracks were released in the US. There was a score soundtrack and an album featuring various songs, and in the UK only the album was released. I thought you'd like to know that, Lee. You and those albums.
Well, I didn't know that, Craig. I do now.
I'm a fountain of knowledge.
I'll tell you something. Will Smith's fashion in this, before he gets the black suit, does date the movie a bit. He is big baggy costumes and all brightly coloured. Anybody else? Anything to say?
Are you here, Daniel? Are you here to do podcast?
I'm here. One second.
Are you here to do podcasting about the Men in Black?
Mm-hmm. So I remember watching this movie when I was a kid. I really loved it, and it was like the best Will Smith movie I've ever seen. I just thought it was so good, and I loved it. How it just started out, and how it ended, and I remember like they were making a big deal. I remember back in the day they were making a big deal out of this movie. They were like selling stuff all over the place. There was TV shows. I really can't wait for the crossover with 21 Jump Street, because they're going to cross over with 21 Jump Street, and Will Smith is going to
supposedly, we still don't show on that yet.
I love this movie, and it just was really, really cool. It was just really, really good when I saw it. I can't wait for the crossover when they pass the torch. Yeah, it was really good. They had anybody remember the Men in Black animated series that was on TV?
Alex has already mentioned that. I
used to watch that.
They made the games after that as well.
That was one of the shows that I used to watch when I was growing up. I do remember the animated series.
Here come.
Yeah, so I loved it. It was really, really good, and the villain was pretty cool. I liked him. I never played the video game.
Thanks for that, Daniel. Has anybody else got anything else to say on the? Anybody else got anything to say on the movie?
Because it was the first time I've seen the movie. Is it Tommy Lee Jones in the second or third one?
Yeah, they are.
He's in all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Spoiler alert, third one, time travel.
Spoilers.
Cool. So, without further ado then, we'll just go to final say and scores then, if nobody has anything else to say. So, Kevin. Yes.
Well, when I saw this movie as a
Kevin,
kid, the cockroach scared the crap out of me. But I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to get it on Blu-ray, because I have never owned it on DVD. So, hey, that's... You have. I'm not going to say it.
But let's let's go to Craig. What's your final say and score then?
Final say, it had a budget of 90 million and the box office made 589.4 million. So that's saying something. So I'm going to give...
Well, it had sequel written all over it then, didn't it?
Yeah. They probably thought, trilogy time. But that's before trilogies were, and part 1s and part 2s and all that crap. They weren't milking us dry back then. At the box. I'll give this a I'll give it an 8. I think an 8 out of 10.
Cool. Let's move on to Brian. What's your final say and score?
All right, so my my final say. Well, before I give my scoring, I forgot to mention something within when I was reviewing. When they were on the radio towards the end, when they were on the drive over to defeat the villain, the bug and everything. Those two towers that were spaceships. I've actually, me personally, I've seen them in real life. I've driven past them a couple times driving to New Jersey and everything. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and it looks pretty cool actually, up close. Well, not up close, but personally, it looks really cool in real life and everything.
Did they drop you off, Brian?
So
Is that what you got dropped off?
No, Susan. I'm not the alien. You guys know that. But my final scene score within this movie is 10 out of 10 because this movie rocks. So rocks. It's amazing. I love it. You can't. To me, you can never get sick with it. It's just one of those movies that is just amazing.
Well, Brian seems to like this one. So let's move over to, let's see what we haven't had. Let's go to, have we had Beef Dad? Have we? Have we had Beef Dad? No, we haven't had Beef Dad, have we? Do we want Beef Dad? Yes, we do.
Oh, jolly good. Well, the thing about this movie is the scary bits are scary, successfully scary. It's very good. And the funny bits are funny. And as I said before, the whole concept, I loved it. Absolutely loved the whole concept of it. And I cannot believe that I'm agreeing with Brian, but I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Well, to be honest, I can't believe that either. But who haven't we had? Susan and Alex.
All right. Well, I like it. I've liked it a lot. I own it on VHS. I'm the VHS queen right now. I have so many VHSs still. Even I have a VHS player. Alex never even had a VHS player. Oh, he got rid of it. Okay. Anyway, so I'll say I'll lay it out there. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a great movie. It's really fun, and I like the sequels even, and I even like the animated series. So yeah,
I'd never seen the animated series.
it's adorable. It's pretty angular animation. It's really kind of glitchy, but it's fun. Anyway, here's Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good series. It's a good comic book series. It's a pretty decent animated series. Of course, they have more coffee jokes. But in any case, I mean, that's the other issue, too, why this is so good. Not only the effects, and like Dad said, it's scary where it should be scary and funny where it should be funny. The only reason why I can't give it a 10 is because there are a few plot holes, but it gets worse in Men in Black 2 and 3. But again, one of the benefits in a movie is they set up not only the fish out of water and the rookie and the buddy movie and combine it with aliens and coffee loving worms and singing and talking pug dog and all these other sort of oddball things, but it actually makes sense because they're in the city. And how many times have you thought that somebody was an alien? So I have to agree with Cinema Sins and a few other people that probably the writing and the logic wasn't perfect. Right, wasn't perfect. But I mean, it's pretty good. And considering that this was, 1997, they did a very good job. And again, they did the contrast. So many movies are lacking the contrast nowadays. Now they just want to shock for shocking you. There's no logic. There's no humanity to it. There's no contrast. And you have the contrast in the buddy movie. So this is like Lethal Weapon toned down with aliens and great special effects. And that's actually a good idea for a movie. They should do more of those. So, yeah, that's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Cheers for that, Alex. Right, who haven't we had? Stephen, have you had your last say?
Yeah, mine was 9. I think I'd give it a 10. It was because it was made 20 years ago. The effects were just amazing. So 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, brilliant. I think Jason gave us his score earlier on, didn't he? He's driving at the moment, as you can see. He's avoiding all the traffic. I hope you're not speeding. Daniel, what's your score on the film? If you're still there, Daniel.
No, I'm here. Yeah. I give this movie a 10 out of 10 because it came at a good time in my life. I love this movie. You know, it was great.
Oh,
So I gave
brilliant,
it a 10 out of 10. You know.
Brilliant. Everybody seems to enjoy this one. For me, as I said, I don't like Will Smith. Anything he does, really. So it's not going to be a 10 for me because of that. But everything else, Tommy Lee Jones, the aliens, the story, the effects for the time, yeah, I'm going to have to duck because of Will Smith. Just puts me off most of the things. I seem to go do something else when he's on screen. I don't know why he has that effect on me. It's like Tom Hanks. He has that same effect on me as well. I'm giving it an 8.5. Can anybody disagree with that? Is that score right with everybody? 8.5. Kevin,
Lee,
I
it's
can
your
see.
opinion. We don't want you to follow the group.
I don't want to upset no one, and because everybody's giving it mainly a 10.
He hates Daleks.
I'm such a nice guy. Yeah. Okay.
How dare you? Even an egg. What's wrong with you?
He's from Hull. That explains everything.
That bombshell.
The place
Oh,
with Sentinel out.
It's better than you were too, Brian, for the other cast.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah.
But on that, I'm going to say our goodbyes and say please join us next time when we're going to be talking utter rubbish about something else. But please leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, and you can find us on Twitter, on Facebook, anywhere. And if you want to be in these casts, just let us know. So until then,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Alonso.